Hey everybody, and welcome to my N5 series on the SP404 mk2, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Oliver Evergreen writes in and asks if it's possible to do micro looping on the SP404 mk2, and like the mood here. And my initial reaction was to go, no, not really. But I thought about it a little bit, and I think we can at least get in that space if we would like to. So, first of all, what is a micro looper like the mood doing? Well, it is constantly just listening to whatever's being played. So, right now, I'm playing the synth through the mood, and then it's going into the SP404 mk2. So, I could just play like some notes or a chord. Maybe not a chord. It's not going to let me, but we're just going to play something. I'm just going to hit the button, which is now telling it, stop listening, and now play back. And it's basically pitching it down. We can control the sound for like how fast, like basically the pitch we can play at. And Chase Bliss did a lot of work to make it so that this is, if I remember correctly, playing in fifths, like as you kind of scroll through. And it's linked this to the buffer size, and they've done a lot of like really cool stuff that we're not going to be able to do on the SP404 mk2 because it's just not tuned to do that. But we can, I think, still get into this idea of a micro looper, because what do we really need? We just need a buffer, and a buffer is nothing more than a delay effect. So what I was just thinking is, if we want to get a micro loop, well, first thing we want to do is just go and set up just a delay. Actually, we don't even need to use the MFX. We're going to use the regular delay, and let's make it as small as possible. And the important part is we want the feedback cranked all the way up, probably the level 2 as well. And let's say we just play this note. Well, we now have it playing. It's just going to keep overwriting, but you can hear a problem is it's kind of fading out. And that's going to be something we're not going to be able to deal with, because if I go remain and delay, we can't get to 100% feedback buffer. That's just one thing that we're not allowed to do as part of the SP404 mk2. But we can kind of keep filling the buffer from time to time with some content. And basically what we're doing is just taking a very small chunk and just repeating it over and over again while we're also overdubbing it. So this is not a great effect to stack like a full drum kit or anything else. I mean, you could, but you just want to turn the delay time down. Anyway, from here, the only other thing I was just thinking is, we can start thinking about like what are some of the effects or other things that this is doing, and how might we at least get at doing some of these things. My first idea is go to Shift Effects, and we want to be in serial. So we go from bus 1 to bus 2, because we're just going to add bus 2 in so we can also affect it. So we can kind of just kind of keep dropping stuff in from time to time. Switch to exit out, switch to bus 2. And like something like a cloud delay might actually not be bad here, because it's going to allow us to control the mix and the pitch for like sounds coming in. And like, just think, we can also change like what we want for audio. And just get like these weird kind of tones and textures. Is this replicating what the mood is doing? Probably not. But I have just found like it to actually be kind of a fun little thing to do, is just experiment and kind of see what you get. Like you can hear like it's definitely getting that attack and it's bringing that in. And like the mood is tuned so that when you're like adjusting the delay, you get like certain types of effects that are kind of in sync, and you don't get like that like shooting sound, like ripping or kind of shooting sound where it pitches differently. But we're not getting perfect here. We're just trying to kind of mess around with different sounds. Now, a couple other things that come to mind is, because the delay and the cloud delay are in sync with the BPM, that does give us the opportunity to also come in and go to tap tempo and start doing stuff like adjusting our BPM here. As far as it's going to be concerned, though, you can see here it's not doing anything immediately because it's linked to the actual, like the last played sample right now. So we would need to come into pattern mode, and we'll just make a new pattern. So you can hear, oh, we don't have, I'm going to turn record off, go to rehearsal. We're going to turn ext source on. And then if we come in and mess with BPM, you can hear, again, we're getting some interesting tones and changes. We can go into the sync delay here. We can also just adjust the timing as well. There's, as you saw, there's all kinds of fun settings under cloud delay. So if this interests you as a like little weird micro timing experiment, I'd certainly say play around with that. The Mood also has an additional like delay, slip, and reverb. I'm sure would be great to go in here and go back to EFX settings, go to bus 3 or 4, and start adding. Oh, I'm on. Sorry, let me go back to EFX. I'm currently on bypass. Like filter delay, probably not what you want, but now we go to bus 3. We can go see if we can find. We got cassette sim, could be fun. Lo-fi downer compressor. Reverb's what I was looking for. So, you know, like add reverb, go like really nuts with a huge reverb here. Oh, it's not moving. Make the level higher or something. As you can hear, like it just kind of keeps stacking more and more sounds. So yeah, Oliver Evergreen. I don't know that this is going to do exactly what you want, but I think just from like an experimental messing around and recording stuff just to see what you get, I think you can get some like pretty fun stuff that will work in a pretty good live context to mess around with, see how it sounds, and kind of change what you have for audio into like some really weird kinds of stuff. Do a few of these, rinse, repeat, and play around and see what you get. I'd be really interested to hear some examples. If anybody plays around with this, post some stuff in the comments. I'm happy to go check out what people are doing and see what's going on. But like, yeah, you can see like it's still running. Just crank up the BPM. And as you said, Oliver, we exit out. You always have Mark if you've got your skip back buffer. So whatever we're playing around with, if there's something cool in there, just go back to your skip back buffer, grab it out, and see if you like it. Anyway, thanks, Oliver, for the question. Everybody else, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music, keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.